All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk once again about Gervonta Tank Davis, who said that he may want to end his career at 147 and beat Terence Crawford, but also in the meantime is showing that man what it means to be a boss. You cannot make this stuff up, man, but I'm loving it at the same time. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147 and the 135-pound division at the same time, where Gervonta Tank Davis talked about his plans for his career and said that he very well may clean out 135 pounds and retire, but at the same time said that he may consider going to 147 for a fight with Terence Crawford. Now, what he's done in this card and what he said is in direct contradiction to what Terence Crawford himself has done after he became his own boss and left Bob Arum. And I will talk about that in this video. But before I do, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter to the channel, I want to say thank you so much for your continued support by coming, checking out the live streams we do every day, hitting that like button, and special thank you to everybody that supports through the super chat, the Cash App, and the way in these particular videos, the super thanks, which you can see in the lower right-hand corner of this video with a little heart and a dollar sign. Especially Mr. Pragmatic, who does on a regular basis hit that, man. So thank you, brother. I definitely want to make sure I always thank you for your contributions to the channel. Now, let's get into this. All right, man. So two big fighters in the world of boxing have now broken from their former promoters and are currently in the midst of setting up their own fight cards or participating in their own fight cards as their own promoters for the first time. And those two guys are Gervonta Tank Davis and Terence Bud Crawford. Now, Gervonta Davis will be fighting on January 7th. And I apologize. I did a video yesterday where I said the 17th. I just twisted up the dates between the Frank Martin fight, the Frank Martin Michelle Rivera fight taking place in Las Vegas on January 17th. On December 17th, and the Gervonta Davis versus Hector Garcia fight taking place in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. on January 7th. And so you also have one this weekend, which is a fight between Terence Crawford and David Avenation for the WBO welterweight championship that Terence Crawford holds. Now, the way that they went about this, though, is dramatically different, right? And the funny thing is that you hear Terence Crawford talking about how he's his own boss and how Errol Spence Jr. is not his own boss, how he makes his own decisions. You know, he doesn't have to listen to Al Heyman like Errol Spence does, right? And so he makes boss moves, and he makes this fight card in Omaha, Nebraska with David Avenation. Now, people have been jumping on Gervonta Davis for a long time and saying, you know, that he was under the thumb of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He was in witness protection program and the like. But now that he's no longer with them, he sets up a card, and he actually has two fight cards set up that are not related to Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, who is actually being the boss and who is not being the boss? Or if they're both being bosses, who's actually doing a better job of being a boss? I think it's very, very clear that if you are from a boxing fan perspective, that the person that's putting out the better product between the two is Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis says, now, obviously, you know, all of this stuff that he says has to pan out, except for the fight card that he just made with Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia is a very, very difficult fighter, man. He is a undefeated Dominican fighter that beat both Chris Colbert and Gutierrez to win the WBA championship at 130. He's a taller guy than Tank. He's an Olympic boxer, very solid boxer. And a lot of people are saying, look, man, if Floyd Mayweather Jr. was managing was making the fights, you probably would not have seen a fight between Gervonta Davis and Hector Garcia, because it's a dangerous fight. Also, you then have, after that, them coming to an agreement to fight Ryan Garcia after that, somewhere in I do believe in the April timeframe. And then what he said after that was, now those are the things that are set once he became his own boss. Now, I want to also talk about the card real briefly. The card that he has for the Hector Garcia fight is absolutely stacked. So from beginning to end, it is literally like a Don King style fight card where you have Jaron Ennis, Demetrius Andrade, both the Lamont Peterson, both the Peterson brothers, Rashidi Ellis, and Jalil Hackett, all fighting on the same card, where you can literally show up to the event and watch fighters that you actually want to see for a long time. What did Terence Crawford do? Terence Crawford does not take the Errol Spence Jr. fight, which is literally the biggest fight that he could have possibly made in his career, with a lot of very, very lame excuses, and then gives us a fight that nobody was even asking for. So where you have Gervonta Davis doing something where you see him actually giving a better product to people than his former promoter was giving us. You see Terence Crawford actually taking a step backwards and managing to find somebody to give him a bunch of money for a fight where more than likely the people he's cooperating with, that he's working with, are going to lose money on it. And there's very, very little fan interest for. So everything winds up being for Terence, very little for us, versus the other way around, where it's very clear that they've invested a lot of money, at least Showtime has, on the underlying cards. So, and then what is going to actually happen moving forward? You have Gervonta Davis, who comes out with the attitude that he is going to that he's there to show everybody at 135 pounds that he's coming for them, that he's coming for Devin Haney, that he's coming for Shakur Stevenson, because he's sick of hearing them talk. Now, would you say, okay, I don't believe that? Well, if you don't believe it, it would be just what you think. It wouldn't necessarily be based on what he's done in the past, because he fought Hector Garcia and he fought Ryan Garcia, and he did get out of that, and he did get out of that relationship with Floyd Mayweather Jr. like he said he would. What is Terence Crawford promising you down the road? Not a lot. So in the analysis of who's being the boss, you got one guy that is being a boss and actually giving fans and giving his customers, right, a product that they want to see. And then you have another guy that's being a boss that is really just kind of I can't even tell you, man. It's just not giving people what they want to see, or continuing not to give people what they want to see. But where before you could put it on Bob Arum, now you can't. And some of the talk that Terence Crawford has about this Errol Spence Jr. fight happening even next year is just kind of bananas. Like how he really wants to how he would like to take the fight over there to the UK. Right there, you know you're not making that fight, man. If he's going to go around pitching the fight with Errol to venues over there in the UK, and Errol is like, man, I'm not going to go over there to make money. It's like he wants to take Errol Spence Jr. to different places so Errol can make less money. He may make more money because he's trying to get upfront money and not actually trying to create an event where people would actually want to pay their money to see. It's just a really, really funny thing, the way that this is going down, man. And man, but hey, you know what it is. People gonna support what they support, and they're gonna say, all right, well, you know, the PBC isn't making fights, and it's all Errol's fault, but no, man, this is a conscious decision by Terence Crawford to not care about the value that he's giving boxing fans, and Gervonta Davis to actually give value to boxing fans and prove things to boxing fans. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.